Hey guys, what's up? It's Kathleen. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm sitting here in my room. Sneak peek of my room, by the way. I was sitting here and I was looking around and there's this giant white space. It's just blank. There's nothing there. Like, as you can see over my TV, I have like a little bit of artwork. And over here, I have a poster. And up there, I have all the artwork that I did on my first video. Go check it out, please. Shameless plug. And then I have like shelves and stuff. What up? But right there, it's blank and empty. So I figured I'd make something and put it there because ballin' on a budget. But anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to see more from me, and let's just hop right into it. Alright, to get started with this craft, you're going to need construction paper. Today I'm going to use yellow, red, green, purple, blue, pink, orange, but you can use whatever colors you have. And then I have black to cut my templates out of, a pair of scissors, a hot glue gun, fishing wire, hot glue sticks, and a toothpick. So I have these rough templates that I did out of the cover sheet of the construction paper package, just so I could get a general idea of what I wanted to do. Now we're going to cut these shapes out of the black construction paper. So I'm going to start with the red, and the way I found was easiest to cut the templates out and get the exact number of petals that you need is to take the paper, fold it just a little bit, line up your template to make sure you have enough space to cut the template out, and then line up the edges so it's straight, and then fold down, cut along this edge here. There you go, and then do that for the rest of the templates. Okay, then once you get to this stage, you take the paper, you fold it in half, and then you fold it in half one more time. So you have a little square, and it'll have 8 layers there. Then you take your little template, and then you just start cutting it out. And there you go. Once you're done cutting, you have 8 little petals. So now we have all of our petals cut out. So here I have some just clear Scotch tape. And I'm going to take off just a little piece. I don't want it to be too thick, otherwise it's going to just go over the edges. And then I'm going to take 2 petals, put the tape on one, flip it over, set the other petal on, and then fold the tape over, connecting them together. There we go. We taped all the little petals together. Now the next step will be to cut out the insides of the flowers with the yellow. Now I'm just going to set these to the side and start on a different flower so we can hot glue everything together all at once. So next we're going to make a frilly flower, which is like this, where you cut the paper into strips and curl them. So I have my piece of paper here. I'm going to find a point where the paper is about square. I'm just going to cut a straight line like so. I'm going to take the paper and I'm going to cut really tiny strips out of it. Like that. So now that we have all of our little strips cut, kind of looks like grass, I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see what I'm doing. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the strip and roll it as tight as possible around the toothpick. Roll it all the way to the end of the cut. Kind of press it down a little bit. Then let it unravel and pull your toothpick out, and there you have a little curly Q. Alright, now that we curled all the little pieces of paper, so we're going to flip the paper over and we're going to start rolling it. So you're going to start really tight down here, like that, and then kind of roll at an angle so you have a fuller, longer looking flower. So I'm going to take my tape, I'm going to take a piece off of it, and I'm going to take the tape, I'm going to tape it as high up as I can. Then I'll take my scissors and I'll cut off just a little bit of the end just to make it even. And there you go. You have your little curly flower. Next, we're gonna do a swirly rose. What you'll need is a square piece of paper, and all you're gonna do is you're gonna start on one of the flat sides, and you're gonna cut a swirl out of it. Once you get to the end, you're just gonna square it off. Then you go back to where you started, slice her off, and make that a little bit curled right there. Don't throw this piece of paper away yet, because we're gonna cut this little chunk out, and this will be the base for the flower to sit on. So now that you have your swirl cut out, you're gonna start from the inside here, and you're gonna just tightly curl it. And you're gonna squeeze it just a little bit to make sure the curl stays, and then let it unravel just to see how it looks. I think that looks pretty good. So now that we have all our parts cut out and ready to go, we're gonna start hot gluing. So I'm just gonna make sure that this flower fits on the base here. So I'm gonna take some hot glue, and I'm gonna take what I think is the area of the base of the flower, and I'm gonna glue all along the bottom there. I'm just gonna stick this right on there and press down. So I'm gonna set this to the side so it can cool down. And while that cools down, I'm gonna work on putting my little flowers together. So what we're gonna do is take one of these pieces, put a little bit of hot glue right where the tape is. Take another piece, and then you just stick it right on perpendicular. And use a toothpick to press it down because it's really hot at this point. Don't want to burn myself. Make sure it doesn't get stuck to whatever surface you're working on. And there you have that. Now we're gonna do the same thing again. And there we go. All right, so I've assembled the other two flowers. They all look really nice. I'm gonna set these off to the side. And to finish the rose, which should be cool by now, we're gonna take our scissors and we're just gonna cut around the edge of the flower, just so we don't have so much excess paper around the flower. There you go. All right, so the next part we're gonna do is the leaves. So I have my template here. What we're gonna do is gonna measure out just about how big the leaf is, and then we'll cut down. Then what you're gonna do, you're gonna fold the paper into thirds, and you take that and you're gonna fold this in half, line your template up, and just cut out the leaves. So here we go. Did all the leaves. I would suggest doing more leaves than you would think you would need, just in case. So now that we have all of our flowers done, all of our leaves done, we're gonna start in on making the garland. So I have some fishing wire here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna measure out how much fishing wire you want, how long you want your garland to be. I'm gonna do a couple layers of it, so it's not gonna be just one piece. So I'm probably gonna do about 4 feet of fishing wire per piece. So I'm gonna tie little loops into the fishing wire before I start, so we have something to hook the garland onto on the wall. Just like that. So I have 2 loops. So I'm gonna start with the leaves. So I'm gonna take a leaf, do a dollop of hot glue kind of further towards the top, so when you hang the garland, the leaves aren't gonna flip around and look all wonky. And then I'm gonna take the fishing line and I'm just gonna put it right down into the hot glue. I think I'll do another leaf right next to it. So this time I'm just gonna put it at a different angle, maybe a little further down, and then I'm gonna do the hot glue over it. So I would suggest just putting the hot glue on the paper first and then putting the fishing wire in. With the frilly flowers, I'm not entirely sure of how I want to put them on. I think I'm gonna do just like with the leaves and put the hot glue on and just have it kind of hang. And I'll take a little dot of hot glue, place it under the wire. I'm just gonna hold it there for a minute because it's such an odd shape. The wire's not gonna wanna stay in the hot glue. Now that that's set, I can move on to the next. So now that I put some leaves in between, I'm gonna put my rose on. We're gonna flip this upside down, take a strip of hot glue, do it like in a line across the back. Okay, in editing this, I realized my mistake. Don't do the strip of glue across the middle of the flower because it's just gonna make it flop over and look really stupid. So do it across the top edge of the flower. That way it'll hang properly on the wall. Then put the fishing wire right into it and hold there till it starts to set. Now I'm going to take this flower, flip it upside down, and then I'll take my hot glue gun and do a little bead of glue kind of towards the top of this petal. And then we're going to put it right in the hot glue, just like we did with everything else. Alright, so I've got everything hot glued onto the fishing wire. This is the best time to look at it and see if you want to add anything anywhere, like an extra leaf here, another flower there. So I'm going to do that, fill in all the blanks, and then I'm going to assemble the other 3 garlands with the rest of the flowers, and we'll be right back to show you the results. In the window. This is perfect. Okay. And there you have it. Totally easy. Even though I had no clue what I was doing, like 75% of the time, it worked out perfectly. So again, like I said in the beginning of the video, and you probably hear from every other YouTuber ever, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment down below of literally anything. Any ideas that you have that I could totally do. Anything you'd like me to try and watch me fail at, because that's a possibility. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content from me, because your girl posts every Monday and Thursday. I finally got a schedule down. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!